Hey everybody, welcome back to Voice of Cards, the Isle Dragon Roars, and we are exploring the Wispy Woods, or Bewildering Wood, and we need to find each of the stones at each corner of the area, and we found the one that's to the bottom right, so now we're moving on to the next part. Hopefully we'll be able to get through this today. I don't think we'll have a problem with that. Fight some little magic dudes. Didn't realize she was hurt. Event. Ignore it. I'll take it. Yes.
You have found the Northern Stela. It doesn't look particularly special. You resolve to touch it anyhow.
Okay, now there's 2 remaining stones. Not bad. It's resistant against it.
Congrats.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
I need to hit the Stela every single time I want to go home. Ah, what a pain, the frowning woman sighs. The next Stela is, you hear someone murmuring. It sounds like a man, but you can't really be sure in these woods.
That is a man. More singing. Ignore it. I just get in a fight every time. Chest. Nice.
have found the southern stela. You smack it and hear a sound off to the west. You'd best head that way next.
This is the western one's the last one I got to do. Pretty good. Finish him off.
And fight.
Jeez, that person's got a lot of HP. Yikes. Let's take care of this guy first.
Oh?
And she's a decent hitter. Nice.
The man sighs, realizing he may never be able to escape with his current tool set. Good work.
Cool. More singing. Ignore it. Again.
You have found the western stela, which you swear up and down was not here when you came in. Nevertheless, you give it a smack. You have found all 4 of the stela in the bewildering wood. On a perhaps related note, you hear a sound emanating from the east. Let's do this. Good work.
Nope, didn't get it. Did a decent amount of damage though. Fire. It's good to know.
You examine the stela. The message carved into the stela reads, "Play in tune with the forest." You hold the woodland flute you received from the good doctor in Thriston. Doot 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 doodly doot 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 doo. You blow a handful of pleasant enough notes into the woodland flute.
Doot doot doot. Doodly doot 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 doo.
You soon become aware of accompanying percussion, which reveals itself to be a series of impeccably timed footfalls racing toward you. A young woman appears before you. "That was absolutely dreadful," she whinges, her jaunty gait betraying her enjoyment. She calls herself Riddis and declares herself a woodlander, resident of the bewildering wood.
Will someone rid us of this strange girl?
By sheer coincidence, the flute on which you played those notes was one designed to call the woodland people to your side.
Okay, that's cool, I guess. More the merrier.
Stunned by your good fortune, you ask Riddis to lead you eastward out of the forest. What luck! She agrees far more readily than you ever anticipated. But, she continues, extending her hand, you'll have to hand over the woodland flute first. That'll cost you 1,000 gold pieces, you say smugly. Ugh, it's always about money with you travelers, she snorts derisively. Her face contorts in disgust. She reaches into her cloak.
Piece of fruit.
Hey, what about my money? You stammer. Before you can finish your thought, Mars' tongue whips across your hand, snatching the fruit and sliding it into his gullet. Riddis gasps. How could you let him do that? Just one of those fruits sells for 10,000 gold pieces, she shouts. So you can pay me back for the fruit your little friend stole, or you can hand over that flute, she says, pressing her case. I think you've lost this one, Melanie says, snickering. You look down at Mar, who seems quite pleased with himself. I suppose I have, you sigh in resignation. You begrudgingly hand the woodland flute to Riddis. Riddis plucks the woodland flute out of your hands with glee and begins playing it as she skips away. Well, playing is a generous term. It sounds as though she may as well be murdering the poor thing. Riddis makes it clear that the fastest way out of the woods is through woodland, where she lives. It's that-a-way, Riddis says gleefully, pointing past the stela before you.
Impossibly, a path to the woodland has been hiding behind the stela this whole time. Or stela, whatever you pronounce it.
Welcome to Woodland, Riddis says, gesturing out over the village. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm quite busy for the rest of the day, so you'll have to wait till tomorrow to leave the forest, she says, and makes her way home.
Alright. Guess we'll explore the place.
Welcome to the Forest Oasis, the man greets you warmly. You happen upon a man greedily guzzling well water. Could it truly be that much better than ordinary water?
Well, he's clearly a fan. He's a fanatic, in fact. Won't let us go in the well. Okay, let's see. I want to go to the armorer. Already got that. That'll be handy. Better staff than that. We could use that armor. Okay. She already owns that. That's... I guess she must have that already. I could afford that for him. Good on that. Could sell some stuff. Keep the rings. Okay.
This shortcut is reserved for use by woodland citizens only, the guard barks, clearly unwilling to let you pass.
Okay.
Apparently she's heard rumors of the dragon destroying another town somewhere. Our village would burn down so easily, she mutters, perhaps a bit more afraid of the symptom than the cause. You learn that Ridis's family is mired in debt and living hand to mouth. And I know how they got in so much trouble, the rumor mongerer says deliciously. We are not in the business of meddling in the personal affairs of others, Melanie says curtly, cutting her off. Ridis pores over a book while practicing on the woodland flute. She remains dreadful at it. The instant you begin speaking, she nearly leaps out of her skin and hides the book. She somehow hadn't noticed you. I thought you were the debt collectors. You can't sneak up on me like that, she stammers, struggling to regain her composure. You take note of a woman who appears quite ill. As it turns out, she is none other than Ridis's mother. She is in no small amount of pain. Will you give her something to ease her suffering? The item you've proffered has no... But I appreciate the thought all the same, she says with a smile. Ridis's mother hands you mysterious card 3 as a token of her gratitude.
Well, at least I got something out of it, even if it didn't help her.
She begins speaking of Ridis, who has been preparing the medicine that helps her get through the day. She blames her illness, and therefore herself, for making Ridis's life so difficult. The more she talks, the more her face drops.
Guess I'll go to the inn. I don't think there's anything else. Unless the item shop has something. Might as well check. Generate 3 gems. Whatever. I'm not that interested in that stuff. I think there's anything she has that I want, but I'll figure I'll check. Since I'm here. I do own one, okay. I think I'll just stick with the one that I have.
Been a while since we've had any outsiders, the innkeeper says, beckoning the party inside. It turns out this inn is simply a place where the poor, lost souls trapped in the bewildering wood may recover. You may stay as long as you like, free of charge.
That's mighty nice of him.
The wooden dining table practically groans under the weight of the platters upon it, all brimming with meats and vegetables from the bewildering wood. I've certainly earned this, you say to yourself, as you slide into your seat at the table, positively drooling over the feast before you. Melanie takes no note of your boorish behavior, uttering a small prayer of thanksgiving before reaching for a plate of vegetables. Mar sits, eyes fixed on the food upon the table, statuesque in his stillness. What a good boy.
Oh, he ate it all.
Mar clears the entire table in a matter of seconds, even emptying the water barrel in a single gulp. He lets out a self-satisfied burp that sends a small jet of just-drank water arcing out onto the floor. The sun sinks low, and the day draws to a close. A scream pierces the silence. Fire! You leap out of bed, adrenaline coursing through your veins. The others follow suit, and before long you've burst through the front door and into the street. Riddis's house is ablaze, a nearby villager screams.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
My mother is still inside, Riddis shrieks, darting past you to fetch water from the well south of the village. Riddis is gathering water in an attempt to fight the blaze all on her own. Mar's eyes light up. He scrambles over the edge of the well and sucks the well dry in an instant. He pokes at his swollen belly and gestures toward Riddis's house, as if to say, "Get me back there, quick." Quickly, put it out. You have to put it out, Riddis screams at Mar. Mar douses the house with the water he sucked up from the well. The fire is reduced to mere embers, and all is well. Or so you think. Something darts out from behind the house and attacks.
What even is it? Happenstance cards will trigger each
And
turn.
fight.
Gain 1 gem. I guess happenstances aren't bad. Recover 5 for 99 turns. Jeez. Five or greater. Yes! Freezing.
That was lucky.
Take double the damage. Hell yeah. 2 dice, doubled. Yeah. Easy peasy. Skills confer passive attack effects. Okay. Nice.
The fiery beast dispatched, you return to putting out the last of the blaze with Mars' help. Ridus's mother, now safe, tells you the creature came out of nowhere and set the house aflame. What would bring a creature of fire to a place like this, you wonder?
Okay. It says I don't need to equip them, so just reminding me that I have it. Yeah, just reminding me that I have it.
Light breaks on a new day, and the commotion of the fire feels but a nightmare. You lead your party to Ridus's house to ask for safe passage out of the bewildering wood. Though spared from complete collapse, Ridus's home has been thoroughly scorched. Ridus sits alone in one of its rooms, the air thick with the smell of char. There shouldn't be any fire creatures for miles, she grumbles. She says the monster appeared while she was playing the woodland flute last night. As to why any monsters, let alone fire monsters, appeared, well, despite the circumstances, you ask Ridus to lead you out of the bewildering wood as promised. I did promise that, didn't I? She says wearily, rising from her seat. The poor girl is clearly still in shock. Why do you want to venture out beyond the bewildering wood anyway? She inquires, as she gathers this and that in preparation to leave.
Yeah, she's being nice. Better be honest with her.
We are in search of the dragon, you say valiantly, adding, the reward will be significant should we defeat him. Honesty is the best policy. Sounds like a real risky way to make a living, she replies flatly, feigning interest. A group of Ivory Order people came through here just the other day, You connect the dots with malice. Those three, you seethe. At last, Ridus is ready to depart for the edge of the bewildering wood.
We got a new party member. Let's put Mara in reserve for now, because she needs more experience points.
Ridus's mother tells you she was once deceived by a crooked merchant and plunged into debt. Ridus has been working to repay the debt ever since her mother took ill. You lightly press your thumb and forefinger to the corner of each eye, a mixture of sadness and anger swirling within you.
Okay. Let's go to the armorer one more time, just to see if he has anything that she can use. Okay, that's what she already has. Ah, I guess I shouldn't have sold that. Oh well. 9 to 10. What else? It's less money, just as good. Okay.
This road takes you to the east side of the bewildering wood, but you'd be hard-pressed to find your way without a woodlander's help, the guard warns. Upon seeing that Riddis is with you, he steps aside and lets you through. The eastern portion of the woods certainly does not want for thick, soupy fog.
Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it here for now, and we will continue through the rest of the woods next time. So thanks for joining me. I thought this episode was pretty eventful, and hopefully it just gets more eventful from here. So stick with us here. We'll have more of this next Thursday. Then tomorrow we have more Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. We're kind of in the middle of a court case that's been pretty interesting on that one. And then the next after that, it's going to be a sequel to one I already played, The Last Wind Monk. So yeah, that's what we're going to be playing on Saturday, starting a new game. Well, it'll either be that or another one. Actually, I think I'm going to go with a shorter one for now. But yeah, we'll see. It'll be a surprise. So check that out, and hope you have a great rest of your week. Later.